mathematicians said, well, hey, I can complete the square, no problem. But it seems to be I'm doing the same steps over and over again. So why don't we just complete the square on the generic quadratic equation and see what kind of result comes up in general for coefficients A, B, and C.
Most engaging. What are the facts?
So they said, okay, we can do that. I just have to follow MFAB. So what do we do first? Well, we move the constant to the other side. So we have ax squared plus bx equals negative c. We factor out the coefficient of x squared on the left side. So we have x squared plus, well, there is no a here. Well, that's okay. Just divide. So b over a times x. Leave some space. We add to complete the square. What do we add? We add half of this term squared, right? So half of this would be b over 2a, and b over 2a squared would be b squared over 4a squared. b squared over 4a squared. There we go. Now balance it. We really added a times this, so b squared a over 4a squared. The a's can cancel, one of them anyway, and so you have b squared over 4a. Let's get a common denominator here on the left. So I need to multiply top and bottom by 4a. So that would give me b squared minus 4ac over 4a. Now, this is supposed to factor as a perfect square trinomial, and it does. It's x plus b over 2a quantity squared. Let's divide both sides by a. We learned last lesson that that means the a ends up in the denominator. So now you have b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. And now you can take the positive and negative, or take the positive square root of both sides to undo the square term here. So that's going to be positive and negative. X plus b over 2a equals the positive square root of this. So I'm going to write it as the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by, now the square root of 4a squared is going to be a positive number. So I can go ahead and write that as 2a. Okay, we can move the plus or minus and then subtract b over 2a from both sides. And then magically, almost, or maybe not magically, these two things have a common denominator. So they can be combined, and hopefully you see a familiar result. X equals negative b plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. That's the quadratic formula. It will solve any quadratic equation if you know a, b, and c, which are the coefficients of x squared, x, and constant respectively. You probably even learned one or two songs to remember it.